Have you ever heard of a country where every third person is a millionaire? Where citizens are banned from their own casinos? And where a parking space costs more than most people's houses? A place so small you could walk across the entire nation in under an hour, yet it holds more wealth per square mile than anywhere else on Earth? Welcome to Monaco, the most exclusive, expensive, and mysterious country on Earth. From the dark secrets behind its glamorous facade to the bizarre laws that govern daily life, Monaco is nothing like what you see in the movies. 1. Monaco has zero poverty rate. Let's start with something that sounds impossible. Monaco officially has a 0% poverty rate. Not 1%, not 0.5%, but literally zero. How is this even possible in today's world? The answer lies in Monaco's brutal economic reality. With average rent exceeding $10,000 per month, living in this tiny country is essentially a privilege reserved for the ultra-wealthy. If you can't afford Monaco's astronomical cost of living, you simply cannot live there. It's not that Monaco solved poverty, they've essentially made it illegal to be poor within their borders. But here's where it gets really interesting. Over 30,000 French and Italian citizens commute to Monaco every single day for work, but they can't actually afford to live there. These workers serve the millionaires and billionaires during the day, then return to their homes across the border each evening. Monaco has created a system where the working class is literally invisible, existing only during business hours. 2. Citizens cannot gamble in their own country. This might be the most ironic law in the world. Monaco is famous for the Monte Carlo Casino, one of the most prestigious gambling destinations on Earth. Yet Monegasque citizens are legally forbidden from entering any casino in their own country. The law was established because the government didn't want their citizens gambling away their money. But think about the absurdity of this for a moment. You can be born and raised in Monaco, pay taxes there, and call it home. But you're banned from one of your country's most famous attractions. Meanwhile, tourists from around the world flock to Monaco specifically to gamble in these very same casinos. The Monte Carlo Casino alone attracts over 1 million visitors each year, all spending money that Monegasque citizens are prohibited from even attempting to win. This creates a bizarre situation where Monaco's economy depends heavily on gambling revenue, but the people who actually live there cannot participate in the industry that helps fund their tax-free lifestyle. 3. Monaco grows bigger every year. Here's something that will blow your mind. Monaco is literally growing in size, and I don't mean population growth. The country is physically expanding by reclaiming land from the Mediterranean Sea. Since the 1960s, Monaco has increased its total area by at least 20% through land reclamation projects. They're essentially stealing land from the ocean to create more space for their ultra-wealthy residents. The most ambitious project currently underway will add 6 hectares of new land to Monaco, which might not sound like much, but in a country that's only 2.02 square kilometers total, that's massive. This new district, called Portier Cove, will feature luxury apartments, shops, and even a new marina for super yachts. But here's the crazy part about Monaco's expansion. Each square meter of reclaimed land costs approximately $15,000 to build. That means Monaco is literally spending millions to create new real estate that will then be sold for tens of millions. Sign up for early access to our next adventure, or hit the bell to discover more unknown places like this. 4. The police-to-citizen ratio is insane. Monaco has the highest police-to-citizen ratio in the world, and the numbers are absolutely staggering. There's approximately 1 police officer for every 100 residents. To put this in perspective, New York City has about 1 officer for every 230 residents. But it gets even more intense. Monaco has installed a comprehensive surveillance system that monitors the entire country 24 hours a day. There are more security cameras per square mile in Monaco than anywhere else on Earth. Every street corner, every building entrance, every public space is under constant surveillance. This level of security creates an interesting paradox. Monaco is simultaneously one of the safest places in the world and one of the most surveilled. Crime is virtually non-existent, but privacy is also virtually non-existent. The surveillance system is so advanced that facial recognition technology can instantly identify anyone entering the country. If you're on any kind of watch list or have any outstanding warrants anywhere in the world, you'll be flagged the moment you step foot in Monaco. 5. Monaco's language is nearly extinct. While French is the official language of Monaco, the country actually has its own native language called Monegasque. But here's the shocking truth. Only about 1,000 people in the entire world can speak it fluently, and most of them are elderly. Monegasque is a Romance language that's closely related to Ligurian, which is spoken in parts of Italy. But decades of French influence and international immigration have pushed the native language to the brink of extinction. The Monaco government has launched desperate efforts to preserve their dying language. They offer free Monegasque classes to residents and have even created smartphone apps to help people learn. But the reality is that in a country where 75% of residents are foreigners, there's little practical use for the native language. What makes this even more tragic is that Monegasque represents over 700 years of unique cultural heritage. The Grimaldi family, who have ruled Monaco since 1297, originally spoke this language. But now, even many members of the royal family struggle to speak their ancestral tongue fluently. 6. The most expensive real estate on Earth. If you think real estate prices in New York or London are expensive, wait until you hear about Monaco. The average price per square meter in Monaco is over $40,000. That means a modest one-bedroom apartment costs at least $2 million. But those are just the average prices. Prime real estate in Monaco can cost over $100,000 per square meter. There are apartments in Monaco that cost more than entire city blocks in major American cities. Here's a mind-blowing example. A penthouse in Monaco recently sold for over $300 million. That's more than the GDP of some small countries. The apartment had a private elevator, a rooftop infinity pool, and panoramic views of the Mediterranean, but it was still just an apartment. The real estate market is so inflated that parking spaces in Monaco regularly sell for over $500,000. Yes, you read that correctly. A single parking space costs more than most people's houses. This creates an interesting dynamic where even millionaires can't afford to live in Monaco. You need to be worth at least $50 million to comfortably afford a decent apartment in the Principality. 7. Monaco has no airport. Despite being home to some of the world's wealthiest people, Monaco doesn't have its own airport. The country is simply too small to accommodate a runway for commercial aircraft. Instead, Monaco relies on helicopter services that connect to Nice-Côte d'Azur Airport, which is about 22 kilometers away. During busy seasons, helicopters land in Monaco every 20 minutes, creating a constant buzz of rotor blades overhead. Many of Monaco's ultra-wealthy residents own private helicopters and have helipads on their yachts or penthouses. The Monaco heliport is like a luxury car dealership but for aircraft. 8. The royal family's incredible wealth and power. The Grimaldi family has ruled Monaco for over 700 years, making them one of the oldest ruling dynasties in the world. But their wealth and influence extend far beyond what most people realize. Prince Albert II, the current ruler, has an estimated net worth of over $1 billion. But that's just his personal wealth. The Grimaldi family controls assets worth an estimated $15 billion, including vast real estate holdings, art collections, and business investments around the world. The family's wealth is so vast that they could theoretically buy and sell small countries. Yet they choose to rule over a nation smaller than Central Park in New York City. This concentration of wealth and power in such a tiny space creates a unique form of modern monarchy that exists nowhere else on Earth. 9. Monaco's tax haven status creates bizarre situations. Monaco's reputation as a tax haven isn't just marketing hype. It's the foundation of the country's entire economy. But the tax benefits create strange distortions in Monaco's society. Many residents are technically homeless billionaires. They maintain legal residency in Monaco to avoid taxes, but they actually spend most of their time traveling the world or living in other countries. Monaco requires residents to spend at least 90 days per year in the country to maintain their tax benefits. This has created an entire industry of residency consultants who help wealthy individuals structure their lives to meet Monaco's minimum requirements while maximizing their tax savings. 11. Monaco's bizarre relationship with France. Monaco's relationship with France is one of the strangest geopolitical arrangements in the modern world. Monaco is technically an independent country, but France controls its defense, and French law applies in many situations. Monaco uses the euro as its currency, but it's not a member of the European Union. France essentially guarantees Monaco's independence, but could theoretically revoke that guarantee if Monaco ever acted against French interests. The most bizarre aspect of this relationship is that Monaco's military consists of exactly 116 people. France provides all real military defense for the country. Monaco also has no control over its own airspace. All flights in and out of Monaco are controlled by French air traffic control. 12. The casino that built a country. In the mid-1800s, Monaco was a poor, struggling territory with no natural resources and no significant economy. Princess Caroline had the brilliant idea to establish a casino to generate revenue for the struggling principality. The casino opened in 1863 and immediately began attracting wealthy visitors from across Europe. The casino was so successful that Monaco was able to abolish all taxes for its citizens. The gambling revenue was sufficient to fund the entire government, build infrastructure, and create the luxury lifestyle that Monaco is known for today. 13. Monaco's incredible life expectancy. Monaco has the highest life expectancy in the world at 87.01 years. But this statistic is misleading in a fascinating way that reveals the true nature of Monaco's society. The high life expectancy isn't necessarily because Monaco has superior healthcare or environmental conditions. It's because only wealthy people can afford to live there, and wealthy people statistically live longer than poor people. Monaco's life expectancy statistics only include official residents. The tens of thousands of workers who commute to Monaco daily aren't included in these health statistics, even though they spend most of their waking hours in the country. 14. The yacht culture is beyond imagination. Monaco's Port Hercule is home to some of the most expensive yachts in the world, and the yacht culture there is absolutely mind-boggling. Some of the yachts moored in Monaco are worth more than the GDP of small countries. Roman Abramovich's yacht Eclipse, which frequently visits Monaco, cost over $1.5 billion to build. It has its own submarine, helicopter pad, and missile defense system. Monaco's harbor has become so exclusive that there's a waiting list just to rent a berth for your yacht. Some yacht owners pay over $1 million per year just for the privilege of parking their boat in Monaco's harbor. 15. The food scene costs more than most cars. Monaco has the highest concentration of Michelin-starred restaurants per capita in the world, with 10 Michelin stars spread across just 7 restaurants in a country smaller than a golf course. But dining in Monaco isn't just expensive, it's astronomically expensive. A dinner for two at Le Louis Fine-Latien, Alain Ducasse's 3 Michelin-starred restaurant, can easily cost over $1,000, and that's before wine, which can add thousands more to the bill. The wine lists at Monaco's top restaurants read like investment portfolios. A single bottle of wine can cost more than most people's monthly salary. The restaurant wine cellars in Monaco contain collections worth millions of dollars. 16. The license plate. Obsession that defies logic. In Monaco, people don't compete to buy the most expensive cars, they compete to buy the most expensive license plates. A license plate with just the number one sold for over $14 million. Yes, you read that correctly. $14 million for a piece of metal with a single digit on it. That's more than most people will earn in their entire lifetimes, spent on a license plate. The obsession with short license plates has created a secondary market where plates are bought, sold, and traded like luxury commodities. There are license plate brokers in Monaco who make millions of dollars facilitating these transactions. 17. The Formula One race that shuts down a country. The Monaco Grand Prix isn't just a car race, it's an event that literally transforms the entire country for weeks. Every street in Monaco becomes part of the Formula One circuit. and the entire nation essentially shuts down normal operations. But here's what most people don't realize about the Monaco Grand Prix. The race generates more revenue for Monaco in one weekend than many countries generate in an entire year. Hotel rooms that normally cost $1,000 per night can cost over $10,000 during Grand Prix weekend. 18. The banking secrets that rival Switzerland. Monaco's banking system operates under some of the strictest secrecy laws in the world, rivaling even Switzerland for discretion and privacy. But the level of wealth flowing through Monaco's banks is absolutely staggering. The average bank account balance in Monaco is over $2 million. That's not the median, that's the average, which means there are accounts with hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars that pull the average up to these incredible levels. Monaco's banks handle more money per capita than any other country in the world. With only 39,000 residents, the total assets under management in Monaco's banks exceed $500 billion. 19. The environmental paradox of extreme wealth. Despite being home to some of the world's biggest polluters through their private jets and super yachts, Monaco has one of the smallest carbon footprints per square kilometer of any developed nation. Monaco is so densely populated and so small that most residents walk everywhere within the country. There are more pedestrians per square meter in Monaco than almost anywhere else on Earth. Many residents don't even own cars because parking is so expensive and unnecessary. But the environmental impact of Monaco's residents extends far beyond the country's borders. The private jets flying in and out of nearby Nice airport, the super yachts cruising the Mediterranean, and the multiple homes owned by Monaco residents around the world create an enormous global carbon footprint. 20. The future of Monaco is even more extreme. The country is planning massive expansion projects that will increase its size by another 20% over the next decade. The cost of these expansion projects exceeds $10 billion, which is an astronomical sum for a country with fewer than 40,000 residents. But Monaco's government believes the investment will pay for itself through increased real estate values and tourism revenue. Monaco is also planning to become the world's first fully smart city, with artificial intelligence managing everything from traffic flow to energy consumption. The entire country will be connected through advanced technology that monitors and optimizes every aspect of daily life. If this video opened your eyes to the incredible reality of Monaco, make sure you subscribe for more shocking documentaries about the world's most fascinating places. And let me know in the comments which fact about Monaco surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore another place that's nothing like you think. We are so glad you are with us today. Please leave a comment, like the video to support us, and subscribe for more videos. See you soon.